Good morning, family. This is Ricky, and welcome to Hope for Today. Happy Thursday. God bless you real good. 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verses 1 and 2. Paul says, "This is how one should regard us, as servants of Christ and stewards of the mysteries of God. Moreover, it is required of stewards that they be found faithful." Paul is talking to the church about, what it means to perceive well of Christian ministers. So he's basically saying this is what a good preacher is. He says they ought to be stewards of the mysteries of God. And then he says, as stewards, they must be found faithful. And I don't know about you, but it's somewhat of a relief to me that the call of God on my life is not impressiveness, but faithfulness. The call of God on all of our lives is not impressiveness, but faithfulness. We live in a world that markets and tells story and dramatizes, and often we are inundated with images of such profound immensity and impressiveness and space-age kind of results that if we're not careful, we'll start to be deceived to believe that everything God calls us to, we're supposed to be perfect, or we're supposed to be better than everybody else, or we're supposed to be impressive. Now, don't hear me saying that you shouldn't try to be as great as you can be. And don't hear me say that there's not some things that you're going to do that can't be impressive. That's not my heart at all. But when I read the scripture seems to be in agreement that what's on God's heart when he told us to do what he told us to do was not for us to be impressive to him, but faithful to him. Paul says that the ultimate goal for the preacher, and thereby the ultimate goal for you as a Christian follower of Jesus, is that you be found faithful. So much so that when we close our eyes for the last time and we breathe our last breath, when we meet Jesus in heaven, he's not going to say, "Well done, good and impressive servant." He's going to say, "Well done, good and faithful servant." I want to encourage you that how you're showing up for the Lord and what he called you to, whether it's being a husband or a wife or mom or dad or grandpa or a business owner or a student or whatever it is that God has called you to do. You may not feel impressive, but if you're just showing up every day to be faithful and doing the best you can, there's a smile on God's face directed at you. Keep up the good work and press on. That's hope for today. I'll see you next time.